Hi there, welcome to the third episode of Regular Beer Reviews, where regular doesn't refer to the beers being reviewed, but to the reviewer, myself. I'm Jesse, and today I'm going to be reviewing a beer. I believe it's my first beer from Wells & Young's LTD in the UK. I believe it's Bedford, England. It's their Young's Double Chocolate Stout. I've never had this beer before. It seems like I've had something from this company before, but I can't exactly recall. I've seen a lot of reviews on this beer, and I've read quite a few, and most of them seem to be pretty. They make it out to be pretty good. I have pretty high expectations. This gets a 91 on Beer Advocate. That's outstanding. That's with 3,775 ratings. It has a 98 overall on Rate Beer with a 99 for the style. And the Bros give it a 93, which is also outstanding on their scale. It has an ABV of 5.2%. And let me see, a little description here from Rate Beer says, available filtered and pasteurized in 500 milliliter bottles and nitro cans. Also nitro keg, on tap. Production moved from Young's to Wells and Young's in 2007. The ingredients are pale ale and crystal malt, chocolate malt, special blend of sugars, Fuggle and Golding hops, real dark chocolate, and chocolate essence. Chocolate malt and real dark chocolate are combined with Young's award-winning rich, full-flavored dark beer to craft a satisfyingly indulgent but never overly sweet experience. Now, I did see that on the bottle. It says ale with natural chocolate flavor added. Anytime I see natural flavors added, I'm a little bit wary. I've had some good and bad experiences with it. Recently I had Ass Kisser's Vanilla Pale Ale, and it was absolutely terrible. It said natural flavors added, and that's all you could taste. It tasted, there was no, for a pale ale you'd think there would have been some hops. It basically just tasted like vanilla water. A better experience, though, was just a couple weeks ago. I had a Hazel Brown from Sam Adams. It was in their Beers of Fall variety pack. It had natural flavors added, and I thought it was just delicious. It was a great beer. So, there's a right way to do it and a wrong way to do it. From all the reviews I've read so far, hopefully this should be pretty good. Another thing, when I actually saw that this was a double chocolate stout, I didn't really look at it very much further. I thought that it was a double stout, like a imperial, and then actually when I saw the ABV 5.2%, I realized that, and I saw the natural flavors added. It's the chocolate that's doubled. So let's go ahead and get this poured. Stouts are actually one of my it's one of my favorite types of beer. I love stouts, porters, brown ales. So this it's looking pretty good so far. Quarter finger head. It is just pitch black. Getting the slightest little bit of a red tinge, kind of around the edges, but it's pretty much black. Kind of a very, very light tan head. Not very thick at all, but just opaque blackness. Let's go ahead and give it a smell. Yeah, just smelling a lot of kind of dark roasty malts, chocolate malts, a little bit of coffee. Smelling for 5.2%, I can smell a little bit of booze, and for 5.2%, I think that I would normally think that I couldn't, but that smells like I'm picking up a little booziness there. I don't know, maybe I'm not. Maybe a little bit of dark fruit too, maybe raisins or prunes or something, but anyway, just gonna go ahead and jump into this. the flavor, I can taste a little bit of the added chocolate. It's like a really, I wouldn't say bittersweet because there's not really any sweetness to this. I can taste a little of that bitter chocolate. Um, a lot of roasted malts. I can definitely pick up on the roasted malts. You know, the coffee and the chocolate. I'd say maybe coffee a little more. A lot of the reviews that I saw, they really talked about the chocolatiness of this beer, and I'm not really tasting a lot of chocolate. I'm not really smelling a lot of chocolate. It's mostly coffee. Coffee malts is what I'm picking up on. Not really picking up a lot of that natural flavor, so it's definitely, I'm, you know, looking at it a little better because of that. I'm not really into a whole lot of beers with flavors added. So the fact that I'm not really picking up on a lot of those added flavors that's definitely a bonus. Um, Lacing's not too bad. Excuse me. I excuse me. This has a little bit more carbonation and a little bit of a lighter mouthfeel than I would have expected for a stout, and especially a double chocolate stout. You know, you think thick like a milkshake. I know that it's available in a nitro can. I'm sure it's um, a little thicker and creamier there. The nitrous, you know, it causes the bubbles in the head to be smaller, and it just gives it a creamier finish. So maybe that has a little better mouthfeel, but this is almost, it's a bit watery for me. Maybe my expectations were just too high from a lot of the reviews that I read, but this isn't as good as I thought it was going to be. I mean, it's okay, it's pretty good, but for a stout and especially double chocolate, I'm thinking it's going to be something really, what was it? It said satisfyingly indulgent, but never overly sweet experience. There's not really a lot sweet, and I don't mean like the taste sweet. I mean just the experience. There's not a lot of sweetness to this. Um, this is just okay. I mean, this is mediocre. I would say it's maybe a little better than that. It's really not anything to brag about. Again, this is one of my excuse me. It's one of my favorite styles of beer, but this is just not a great example of it. I would say if you see it and you want to give it a try, pick it up, but I really honestly wouldn't even bother. This beer hasn't really impressed me much at all. Um, so I'm gonna give this. I'd say slightly. I said mediocre, but I'd say slightly above average. I'm gonna give this a 6 out of 10. It's really not that great for the style, considering it's one of my favorite styles. This just isn't. This just isn't doing it for me. I mean, it's okay, but it's not a lot. I mean, one thing uh, I'm noticing a little bit of, like I said, a dark fruit in there too, kind of middle of the palate, kind of in amongst the kind of roasty malts. Not picking up a lot on that artificial flavor, which is good, but that's probably one of the better things I could say about this beer. It's again, it's not really doing it for me. So 6 out of 10 for Young's Double Chocolate Stout. Unless you really want to try it, I'd recommend don't even pick it up. You know, it's not that great. So thanks for watching. Keep watching again tomorrow for another beer review, and post.